Hey guys, Jimmy here and welcome back to Automobilista for another video. Now today I'm going to be doing a video that I wanted to do a long time ago, but for whatever reason I never really got around to it. Today I'm driving the Formula V10 in AMS, which is a car that I eagerly looked forward to and then sort of left alone for quite a while after it came out. I'll get to that as we get into the race. So what I'm going to be doing today is a 15 lap race around Montreal. Car should be fueled hopefully to the end, so start to finish, with a full field of AI cars, 22 cars in total including myself, in the very sexy painted, not Jaguar livery I should say, because of F1 being a Nazi now with anything related to F1. But yeah, not Jaguar livery, not driving Zeddy Irvine, and not starting in 14th place. So could be a laugh. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get straight in. There we are, sitting in neutral. We're going to hit our launch control button, which is that there. We're going to hit the revs. It's going to do everything for us, and then we're going to go when the lights go green. So 5 lights and off we go. Launch control doing the work for us off the grid. Not having to worry about shifting up gears as well, which is nice. Having to get out of it a little bit because some of the cars in front is slow. Down the gear. Currently starting the race with medium traction control, I think, or is it low? I'm not sure. I'll have to check in a second, just to make sure we get away. These cars do have traction control on, so we'll be keeping it on, and there's a reason for it. These cars really don't function very well without traction control. They're very skatey. Down to 15th at the start there. Can we take back 14th? Oh, it's hanging around the outside there of Mr. Young, I think that is, as we get a little bit of contact from behind there. Now following one of the Jordans, which is I think meant to be Fisichella. Not a bad start, away well. Sort of retained our 14th place after taking it back from Young. Yellow flag up ahead, so something might have been a spin. Oh, some of the cars in front getting a little bit skaty. There is car off at the right wheel there, bouncing on the track, so that's someone out. Didn't see who that was, but that's us up to 13th place now, which is a nice little start. Having looked down at the hairpin, thinking better of it, don't want to dive just yet. Car's still close in the first lap, not worth making any silly moves. There you go, and letting the auto upshift do the work. I actually chose to put it back on after turning it off because it makes sure I just upshift at the best time. Also it means less noise for you guys. 330k is putting out the slipstream, braking hard, just about making that stick. All the curbs very bouncy in this car. Didn't quite want to do that the way I did, but we got over it in the end, so we're okay. And that's one lap of Montreal completed in the Formula V10. So probably to talk about what I started talking about at the start as to why I haven't really looked at this car for a while. And honestly at first I didn't really gel with it very well. I didn't like it too much. I've driven it more now, I've sort of got used to it a bit more, and starting to find the little bits that make this car quite special indeed, such as the way the rear of this car moves around even with traction control is something quite mind-blowing, and also of course very fun, as I very easy in the front out. There you go, third gear, fourth, fifth, sitting in the slipstream. Traction control currently on medium. I think I just knocked the traction control button there. Bit of a dip of FPS there as we go under the bridge, but we should be okay. That's going to happen each lap now. Oh, car's slow in front. I had to really get the brake there. Seems to be a bit of a bogey corner for that AI there. Is that little right left? But we're still okay. No damage to us. Just going to put the car on the inside now because now the car's really bunching up at the moment. See if we can get a good launch and maybe get past the car in front. Yeah, I'm still upshifting out of habit now. Oh. Make sure I go down to. I don't want to be on anything but medium or low. I'm going to start with medium, and then as the race progresses I'm probably going to go on to low because the tyres are going to be nice and warm. I should be able to get away with more. Looks like someone's had to pull into the pits there. Some sort of damage. Luckily it isn't us. See some of the cars at the front starting to make a breakaway. Having to have the force feedback at quite a level to get the same sort of feel out of this as I'd expect to get from a game, or they sort of a game by rate. So I don't know if it's just me having my settings wrong, but I felt the Stock Car Extreme had more feel than this, and I think maybe it's just a matter of me dialing in my settings, but it doesn't mean I can't still enjoy the cars all day. And obviously you guys have been hearing it since the start of the race. The sound of these cars is something quite magnificent, really very fun to gun it to the full RPM. Get that change gear, it brings back a lot of memories. I remember hearing the first audio tease of this game and being slightly erect. The prospect of actually driving one of these cars around. I remember just looking at the front of the not Jaguar livery at the moment, that me and my teammate, who will remain nameless for the sake of not getting murdered by F1, we thought about putting DuPont on the front of the car instead of DuPont, but I think we at the end we thought now we'll try and be trying to be as true to life as possible. So up to 10th place now. And let's start again, hitting just over 300 miles an hour. Oh, big lock up there. That'll be us out of a race in modern F1. But luckily these tyres can actually do more than 3 or 4 laps and sustain a little bit of lock up every now and then, so we're okay. You can see the difference in the slipstream between these cars. That's something else I want to talk about on these cars. The slipstream, it has become a bit better. It used to be really overpowered. You end up just getting up behind someone and it's sort of like a done deal. It's almost like having DRS without having DRS, if that makes any sense. It's still a bit silly. Like you still get like an extra 10, 15 Ks now, I think, in the slipstream, which isn't silly in itself, but you gain it very, very quickly, which is sort of what I think is a little bit off. It's better. It's definitely better than it was though. It was sort of felt like now I would have enough slipstream to sort of shoot up alongside Mr. Not Jacques Villeneuve in front of me and get past him there, but obviously now I haven't got that as he makes a mistake. Hey, I really not liking that corner. I have to go to the front as well. There's nowhere for me to go. See if we can make a move down to the hairpin, shall we? AI on 101% difficulty. Found 102% to be sort of just that little bit too challenging for me when I'm commentating. I can go a bit faster when I'm not commentating, but when I am I have to sort of think about what I'm doing a bit more. Up to 9th place and nice progress so far for Not Eddie Irvine. And down the back straight again. Glorious V10 engine resonating. And yeah, I mean this car itself, totally not based on one of the Williams, I think, from this era. If you judge it by steering wheels and the sound it sampled from, it does sound like it might have come from a Williams. That's our sort of opinion over at Stroll anyway. And nothing wrong with that at all. Williams was a nice car that year, or in the 2000s anyway. The way that this car was sort of put into the game, because there was a lot of controversy when Automobilista came out. FIA, oh, nearly spun it there, really got on their high horses, sort of saying how they were copyrighting all their stuff, so a lot of stuff had to be changed. The liveries were actually quite similar to real liveries in the game before it was changed around. I think it was changed around. Same with some of the drivers. Now they've been changed to be a little bit more, I don't know, different, but you can still sort of make out where everyone's meant to be. For example, I can tell that the person in front is meant to be Sean Lacey, the person in front of that's meant to be Mika Hakkinen. But the team names would change to be a little bit less obvious, I think. Hence why now I'm in Not Jaguar. I think it's all like the MK Dons or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's a football team. Yeah, that all happened, and it sort of took the wind out of AMS sales a little bit, which is a shame, because this game's pretty damn good. We're only seeing a very small part of what this game has to offer, including the off-road experience, which is the first sort of sim to really do that, have a nice track and off-road model going at the same time in the same game from the developers, from what I can think of modern sims. We don't count RF2's weird quad bike thingy-majiggy. Trying to get into a rhythm around here now. Might be time to come down to low traction control, I think. There's a little bit more control in the corners. It says to be just a little bit more sensitive on the old right foot, just to make sure I don't spin it around. Nice level of AI here. But again, Mr. Lacey making a mistake, or Mr. Allegro making a mistake there. I'm going to go for the inside. Hope we can drag him down to the bottom. This is where Kubica had a massive crash back in 2009, 7, 8, around there, in that period of time. I'm sure a lot of you have seen that. If not, then Google Kubica crash Montreal and you'll not be disappointed. Well, he wasn't. But it's funny how he had that crash, sort of walked away relatively unscathed, and then ended up having that crash in a rally car and pretty much losing control of his right hand, or losing the use of his right hand for a long time. Weird how stuff like that happens, really, but that's just racing for you. We're coming up now behind not Mika Hakkinen, and this is going to be for the 7th place, meaning that we're getting near to the points, which is good. After our quite low down start, I'm not thinking about a win at this point. Podium would be cool. We've got the pace to do it, but just got to make sure I keep the thing on track. This thing is quite difficult to control over a long period of time. As Mr. Hakkinen in front showing us. A nice big power slide out of that right hander there. Working up through the gears and braking just before the bridge down to 3rd. Touch a little bit of the curb, just like to unsettle you. You see Barrichello having a bit of a mistake there. I think he's the only person with his name in this game because he's licensed, so It's just a mysterious real racing driver among all the fake ones. Oh! Excellent go to the take up the inside of the now orange Ferrari. Not much I can really do there apart from just sit in the slipstream of Hackman and hope now to make a pass. Pulling up the inside, pulling alongside. Oh, slipstream coming into effect. He's got slipstream from Barrichello. I'm going to have to get out of it. I don't want to go get involved in there. It's going to be a bit messy otherwise. Oh, over the curb in a rough way as well. There's always another lap to try again. No idea what lap we're on. I always like racing that way, where I race as if it's the last lap every lap. And I know we're about 6 or 7 laps into this at the moment. Just from rough guesstimation. Going at the back of that totally not McLaren. Yeah. Definitely a difference there between the medium and the low traction control. Got a lot more play now at the rear end of the car. A bit more skatey. Makes things more interesting, definitely. A bit more scary as well. Good way of putting that. Oh, I should have taken third there. See how much time I lost. Don't know why I stayed in fourth. Been driving my real car too much recently and I always short shift in that just to save petrol. Obviously the MX-5 and a Jaguar V10 is a little bit different. Going to try going outside this time. Is he going to come across? Try and grab that slipstream from Barrichello. He's still there on the inside. Oh no, didn't want to turn in there. Could have quite easily just chopped his nose off, but a better run out of the chicane. We're going to have a run down to T1, I think. We're going to just stay to the left, give him plenty of room. Brake as late as we dare to. There he is, nice in front. Position gained up to the 7th place. Nice. And now points in our sight. Barrichello in 6th. Let's see if we can make a move on him at all in the next couple of laps. Other cars are a bit further up the road after we get past Barrichello, if we get past Barrichello. Looking like we might right now. He's sort of skating around a little bit. Given that hopefully not Ferrari nice little run for its money. You can see that the Ferrari brand was probably the biggest problem with the FIA crackdown. There's now like an old Arrows for some reason. Don't remember Barrichello driving for Arrows at any point, but we'll leave it. Nice off there. Having that slipstream really does help you in a straight line down here. I'm not going to make a move into the hairpin, going to do it onto the back straight because we're close enough to do that there. Oh, just a little bit tardy coming off the curb there. You hear me occasionally upshifting. I'm just short shifting a little bit so I can stay on full throttle. Here we go from a long way back now with the slipstream. Oh, not quite close enough to do that. I wasn't quite sure where I should be braking with that amount of excess speed. I was thinking about 335 k's then, very fast in a straight line. Didn't want to outbrake myself and end up going to the back of old Rubinho. Everyone in Brazil would just come for me. Oh, that traction control now. Rear tyre starting to, I don't know, maybe wear a little bit. I am running the soft compound in this race, but it is effectively just a very short sprint race. Be there. Again, easy out of there. I don't know, I might end up going back up to medium traction control just for sake of safety at this point, but until we're in the points, I'm going to actually push quite hard. I want to get a point position here as Barrichello takes that. They all seem to take that curb very strangely. Through third gear now. Again, just nabbing that slipstream. Again, not quite close enough to do things here. I need to better run out of the hairpin this time. That's very good. I'm going to be alongside now. No idea where he is. I can't actually, I haven't got the left barrel, I don't think, but we're actually past him. Are we? Yeah, going to pull back in front now. Right, we made it stick. Can we get a good run out of chicane? And we do. He's still there though. He's still very close. Might have a go up into T1 if he's close enough. I don't think he's going to be. And that is a point there. Not Eddie Irvine. Oh, nearly spin there after gaining said point. Now we've got Mr. Panis in our sights. Or Panis, however you say it. He's just 2.5 seconds up the road. That is for 2 glorious F1 points. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Nope. There you go, traction control back to medium. Just for the sake of safety at the moment. Anyone who's driven these cars will know that traction control is a must pretty much to go fast. These things, some of these things were said to have over 1,000 horsepower, especially some of the Ferraris in the later V10 years. Come back and try and put all that down. Exactly. Traction control needed. We are making some nice progress though on the cars in front. Looks like, I guess that's, what would that be? Raikkonen maybe? Or Quick Nick? I'm not sure, probably Nick Heidfeld and Olivier Panis having a little bit of a scrap there, trying to decipher the names as part of the fun in Automobilista. So hopefully they'll have a little bit of a fight and we'll be able to catch up. I'm just steering a bit through there. Should also have a very quick shout out to Kieran. This is basically his setup that I'm using here. It comes from Catalonia with a couple of changes because the base setup he had was quite nice. So I just tweaked it a bit, the gears, etc. And that's why I'm running semi-stably. So I should thank him for that. Oh yeah, there you go. Always like getting a nice boost out of that corner. I always want to sort of downshift there, but I think if I did, I'll just end up spinning on the power coming out, so it's nice just to keep it at a decent spot. I think now I'm starting to think maybe I should have gone for the 102% AI or 103% because I am getting on these guys pretty quickly. But it's part of the fun. I'm not sure we're going to win this race, but we've carved through the field quite easily, I think. Apart from that sort of duel with Hackton, that was quite fun. No idea how many laps we have left, just catching some draft now. Down to second gear. Car almost sort of leaning on the rear tyres as you come out of that corner. The traction control just stopping you from going around. I must say the automatic upshifts in this and downshifts, the sort of automatic gearbox in this car is actually really good. I used it for a bit in a race to just sort of see what it would be like, and it's actually really handy. I mean, you can argue that you're sort of doing less and less in the car, but all the upshift really serves to do is make sure you shift at the right RPM every time. You're going to be a lot more consistent if you let a computer do it than you do it. In these cars, to be honest, I think if you're racing like this, it's why not have that distraction taken out of there? I mean, I'm actually a great believer of the H pattern in F1. I really love that, but I'm actually quite enjoying the sake of use as we go up the inside now. Panis, or do we? Go on the inside. Oh, he doesn't really want to let me pass there. Get forced up into the curb. Slow down quite a bit there. Cheeky little Panis. Oh, I'll grab the slipstream and get straight back in there. Nice little gap to Barrichello now. Just like these guys are running a bit faster than he is behind us. The downshifts I always want control of. I mean, it's not like I'm not actually putting any input into shifting up gears either. I'm still having that input, but it just means when I'm on a straight or something, I haven't got to worry about. Like coming out of a corner here, I would sort of often short shift a third of the rear tyres were starting to go, or just amp up the traction control. Ooh, you're running to the back there of the Panis. Really nice run out of there now. Can we make a move coming down into the sort of chicane? We're going to go to the left. Oh, Panis comes across in a big way as he touches us. Car seems to be okay. Just about, anyway. No more Mr. Nice Guy now. Olivier, we're going through. Oh, very deep there into the hairpin. Is he going to come back at us? No, he's not far enough. That's okay, so place made after a bit of contact there, Panis. Next is Heidfeld. 2 seconds up the road. I think that our idea of a podium is not going to happen, but we can possibly snatch fourth if we get up there in time. We haven't got Panis in our way. There you go, 1 lap to go. That race has just absolutely flown by. Can we catch Heidfeld in that time? He's got 2 seconds on our service lap. We need a really special lap to do anything here. It's going to full attack mode now. Been sort of driving cautiously so I can get through the race, but one more A couple more points is always worth the risk. There's one more point, I guess. Fourth would have been 3 points back in the Dizzy. Oh Jesus, understeer. This is what happens when you try hard. Stepping on the throttle, letting the traction control do all the work out of there. Don't even care. Down to second gear. Been going through here in third the entire race. Taking second now so I can get a better exit. I don't think we'll be close enough. We'll get a nice big slipstream down the straight, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think, for any sort of pass to happen. But we were fast through the hairpin, very fast. Glued right to the back of that Sauber. I mean, not Sauber. Oh, it's going to be a close finish indeed. I'm not going to be able to overtake here. If we can do anything out of here. Come on! No, not going to be close enough. Oh, even with the slipstream, not quite close enough to take fourth place, but a nice close finish at the end there. That, ladies and gentlemen, was AMS, the Formula V10. A car that is definitely worth trying, and AMS, a game definitely worth purchasing if you haven't got it already in your library. Lots of cool stuff coming in the future. Lots of British stuff coming in the future from what I heard, so that's interesting for me as a dirty Brit. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you did, hit the like button and hit subscribe and all the good stuff to be notified of future videos. And as always, have an awesome day. Take care.